Our strip-till unit is the Pluribus all-coulter unit, and one of the key things we get questions on is should I use it in the fall or the spring? And I think that there's generally accepted experience now with most strip-till vendors that a shank should really be run in the fall, and that a coulter-only system is much better in the spring. You don't run the possibility of having an open smeared slot in wet soil down below. But you have the ability to run dry, liquid, or both with the Pluribus unit. Very low horsepower, and very often it's run just ahead of the planter. One of the things I'm going to be speaking about at one of the sessions tomorrow is how do you equip a planter to plant into strip-till. Fall strips tend to be a little crusty. Regardless of what brand they are, they tend to be a little crusty by spring. And we find that our coulter combination unit with the trash wheels right back close to the gauge wheels is excellent for planting into fall strips in the spring. Coupled with our curve tying closing wheels, people get a great stand, and I'll be showing some pictures of that tomorrow. On spring strips, regardless of brand again, that are basically coulter only, we find trash wheels only. Our 12.75-inch swept back tooth wheel, trash wheels only, back screw adjust trash wheels back close to the gauge wheels on the planter, really works very well. Again, with curve tying closing wheels, maybe one rubber and one curve tying closing wheel, works very well. The only other, you don't really want most push type floating row cleaners planting into spring strips. The ground is too mellow and usually end up just carrying them around. We just want to lightly level out the strips so the gauge wheels have a smooth surface to run on, and you get quick emergence. One of the key reasons I think there's so much interest in strip-till this spring is that with corn prices now down in the mid $3 range, you have to be a little bit more careful with your expenses. There's two ways to make a profit in business. You can either sell high, or you can increase your profits by either increasing your selling price or reducing your costs. Since we don't have much control over our selling prices in the corn and bean markets, the thing we do have control about is our costs. There's been a lot of research that's shown that by banding of your fertilizer, in other words, placing your fertilizer just in the strip where the corn is going to be, you can reduce your P&K rates somewhat, arguably maybe by a third. You can also split apply some nitrogen and increase your nitrogen efficiency. We have a lot of customers that do a very good job with corn at 0.7, 0.8 pounds of nitrogen per bushel of corn, rather than the 1.1, 1.2, which many people have used in the past. P&K also are not very soluble, they don't move very far, so by banding them you get the maximum benefit and less of your expensive fertilizers tied up. And with the fertilizer, the large fertilizer bills that many farming operations have these days, it's possible to make a dramatic change in your overall finances by controlling your fertilizer costs with strip-till.